I didn't really believe in celebrity culture, and I never got caught up in that part of it. That's probably the only thing I'd give myself credit for. Really just the culture around it, where it can be cut off, and then they do that. So we had that for my parents, and it committed me. Music. John Cusack, the charming and legendary actor, known for winning our hearts and saying anything high fidelity, and being there John Malkovich, has mysteriously vanished from our screens. But don't hold your breath because there's a sensational story circulating in the business that he was canceled for being a free spirit and refusing to play by their puppet strings during a tell-all interview. In a revealing interview with The Guardian, John Cusack shed light on the dark underbelly of Hollywood, candidly expressing his concerns about the industry's transformation. Cusack bemoaned the extinction of the ancient techniques of filmmaking, where creativity previously thrived, has been replaced. During the discussion, due to the increasing focus on franchises and big-name performers, Cusack reflected on his early days in the business, conceding that the industry had been somewhat kinder back then, but as he watched the relentless pressure felt by new actors. Today, he commented the culture just eats young actors up and spits them out. It's a hard thing to survive without finding safe harbor. Clearly, the actor's trust in the Hollywood system had waned, and he was hesitant to chase stardom in an environment he perceived as toxic. The most damning statement that drew the ire of Hollywood was Cusack's blunt characterization of the industry as a whorehouse where people go mad. Such a candid assessment of Hollywood's dark side seems to have resulted in his alleged blacklisting. What's more, 2 years before he dropped the whorehouse bombshell in his interview with The Guardian, he was already causing a stir with his outspoken views on superhero movies. Oh yes, Cusack had no problem exposing the farce behind the glitzy facade. He claimed that being in control was just an illusion. And now it's all about wearing tights according to him. If you refuse to become a tights-wearing superhero, you can kiss your Hollywood career goodbye. And guess what? He had no intention of donning that spandex. So he declared, "I'm not putting on the tights, so you know." But here's where the plot thickens. Rumors are swirling that Hollywood's elite didn't take too kindly to Cusack's refusal to be their puppet. Oh no, they couldn't control him. And that sent shockwaves through the power corridors of the movie industry. Who does he think he is, defying the industry's norms and daring to speak out against the superhero craze? A nobody, that's who anyway. That's not the only reason why Hollywood blacklisted Cusack, you see. It seems that John Cusack is no ordinary actor when it comes to politics. Oh no, he's more than just a social media hashtag. This truth-seeking warrior maverick has been making waves, which may have irritated Hollywood elites back in 2010, when major credit companies all turned their backs on WikiLeaks. Cusack wasn't just another silent bystander. He saw through this shady maneuver and was one of the many who couldn't stomach the idea of silencing the press. So what did he do? Well, he co-founded none other than the Freedom of the Press Foundation. And let's be clear, this foundation means business. Its mission is to keep hard-hitting journalism alive and to safeguard the brave journalists who dare to tackle dangerous subjects. You know, those subjects that might expose some of Hollywood's darkest secrets. Perhaps through crowdfunding, Cusack and his comrades ensure that press organizations can keep going strong, no matter the outside pressures. But that's not all. He's written hard-hitting articles for the site proving just how passionate he is about the sacred right of freedom of speech. It's no wonder that some Hollywood insiders might be feeling a little uneasy about this truth-seeking actor who knows what he might stumble upon or what secrets he might uncover. And with Cusack so fiercely dedicated to defending the freedom of the press, they might just be shaking in their designer boots. Aside from this, Cusack also seems to have grown weary of Hollywood, trying to control his career. You see, once upon a time, John Cusack was the heartthrob of teenage dreams, the sweet and nerdy guy who stole our hearts. But alas, nothing lasts forever in Hollywood, and the industry seemed determined to pigeonhole him. Yes, he tried to break free from the mainstream mold, taking on quirky roles in movies like being John Malkovich and Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. But it seems that no matter how hard he tried, the industry just kept pushing him. Cusack, on the other hand, had other ambitions. He wanted to travel into darker, edgier area like the deadly roles he aced in The Frozen Ground in The Paperboy. Who could blame him when Hollywood continues giving you the same predictable scripts? It's no surprise he was hesitant to take on those massive leading roles. Perhaps Hollywood wanted to keep a tight leash on their once beloved leading man in order to control the direction of his career. But Cusack, ever the rebel, had his sights set on something different. Furthermore, it appears that John Cusack might have been stirring up some trouble in Tinseltown with his bold statements and unconventional approach to filmmaking during a panel discussion at Stu. Cusack advised prospective filmmakers to pursue their own projects rather than waiting for the Hollywood machine to approve them. If you travel to LA to make films, you're going to approach the studios for permission to make films. In another candid interview with The Guardian, Cusack took a swing at the heart of Hollywood, claiming that the industry is now nothing more than a bunch of banks. Ouch. He went on to describe it as a bunch of jet-setting executives, begging for money, not the rosy view one would expect from a Hollywood insider. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite his aversion to the industry following his candid remarks, Cusack advocated for a new breed of independent filmmakers who didn't need to bow to Hollywood's gatekeepers anyway. Cusack's relationship with Hollywood took a noticeable turn. He has faced consequences that include being passed over for certain roles as studios and filmmakers may be hesitant to cast an actor who openly criticizes the system. Moreover, his chances of receiving prestigious nominations seem to have dwindled as well. Despite his talent and dedication, Cusack has found himself blanked during award season, as if his refusal to conform to Hollywood's norms led to him being overlooked by industry insiders. This has left fans and critics alike wondering if the fallout with Hollywood has had a lasting impact on Cusack's career trajectory. At the same time, other fans have given Cusack a thumbs up for speaking up against Hollywood and also making a name for himself outside the big evil industry. I love Cusack, even more since he gave Hollywood the middle finger that town is a hot mess. And everyone knows it. Furthermore, his political activism is on point and inspiring. One fan commented, another one added, I think he's a great actor. Mr. Cusack knows the film industry inside and out and can see it for what it is. A controlling environment, pumping out unoriginal, unchallenging films. In any case, it is crystal clear that John Cusack's bold and candid statements about the darker aspects of Hollywood appear to have led to his alleged blacklisting in the industry.